Hi, it's me again, and ITV have been having a little go at the BBC, and I don't blame them, frankly. Have a look at this headline. Lazy BBC blasted by ITV exec for wasting TV licence fee money. Yeah, I've said it before on this channel, and I'm about to say it again, that I don't understand how the other terrestrial channels, 3, 4, 5, etc., don't have a really big problem with the BBC. Because they have to make their own money through adverts, and they're fighting tooth and nail to get some half-decent shows that will pull in some advertisers so they can get some revenue back out of it. Whereas the BBC can sit there and be as wasteful as it wants and be gifted 3.2 billion quid a year. Why don't they have a big issue with it? And it's not just that, remember. If you don't pay your licence fee, you technically can't watch the other channels as they've been, well, not technically, you can't watch any channel as it's being broadcast, can you? Surely the other channels should have a problem with that. They don't get any of the licence fee money. So if you don't pay your licence fee, you can't watch them either. Why don't they have a big problem with it? I don't understand it. But they do have little digs occasionally, and without me ranting, this is one of their little digs. Have a look. Magnus Brook, who's ITV's Director of Policy and Regulatory Affairs, accused the BBC of a shift in its programming strategy in recent years, moving towards acquiring TV shows produced abroad. He warned the approach by the BBC was a waste of licence fee money and did not offer Britons the service they deserve from the country's national broadcaster. Well, you've got to read between the lines a bit there. So if they want to buy shows from abroad, anyone can buy those shows. So maybe ITV wanted those shows. But maybe ITV can only afford to bid a fair price because they've got advertising revenue to think about. They can't waste it. Whereas the BBC can pay anything they want for these shows because they've got 3.2 billion quid kicking about. So, yeah, I think that's probably more what this is about. They're bidding the price up. They're bidding the price up, aren't they? One area where we do have concern is around acquisitions because that's really a lazy thing to do from the BBC. He told this to peers at the House of Lords Communications and Digital Committee. You are literally buying US content off the shelf. You are literally buying US content off the shelf, and what we have seen in the last few years is a significant increase in spending on acquired US content. And in that context, you're just competing with ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 for content that is going to appear on terrestrial television in the UK, but spending the licence fee on that. You know, ITV and Channel 4 do buy loads of stuff from the States. So does Channel 5, but isn't it owned by a big American company anyway, Channel 5, so they probably get special rates on that, I'd imagine. But ITV buy loads of stuff from the States, especially for their silly like ITVB and ITV3, 4, all that. I don't know if they've still got those channels, I don't know. But there's always those crappy American reality shows and things on there. And if the BBC start getting involved, the price of those will go up. So this guy's saying, well, the BBC should be making their own stuff. They've got BBC Studios. BBC Studios is buying up independent television production companies all over the shop at the minute, is what the trade press is saying. So they should be doing that rather than buying American stuff. Keep it British. Personally, I think this is a thinly veiled dig at the licence fee funding model that ITV don't benefit from. All they get from it are the negatives. People can't watch the ITV channels as they're being broadcast unless they pay the licence fee. They don't get any of the money from it. The BBC get all this money and can outbid them for the shows that ITV have been buying or wanted to buy for years. So it's a dig at the licence fee, isn't it? It's just another reason why the TV infrastructure in the UK would be so much better without the licence fee. It would be better, wouldn't it? They compete with each other. You know, not all channels will get everything they want, but they've all got to try and work harder to either make better stuff or find better stuff to bring in more advertisers to make more revenue, rather than just one not having to compete, the BBC. Distinctiveness ought to be the key to the BBC's remit, Mr. Brooks added. That way you achieve a mass audience, or do you do it by derivative programmes, by buying in formats and buying in programmes? Or do you do it by inventing new formats, inventing new programmes, by using new British talent rather than the tried and tested? Lineker. Do you take more risks? Because ultimately that's what the licence fee allows you to do. That's what we think the BBC should do. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be in agreement with him. You've got to be in agreement with him, haven't you? You're bidding the price up for something that ITV work hard to try and buy themselves. The BBC are taking in, you know, licence fee money. They call themselves British Broadcasting Corporation. They should be doing more British stuff, using British people, shows made in Britain, using British actors, British producers. Maybe not buying in America. So he might have a fair point. I mean, I don't really care what the BBC do. If they didn't have the licence fee, I couldn't care less. But, I think he's making a fair point, isn't he? Of course, it's easy in a very competitive market to not do that. In fact, it's easier to not do that. So there's a constant need for challenge and pressure to make sure the BBC is kept honest. And Mitchell Simmons, Vice President of Paramount Global, which owns Channel 5, agreed with Mr. Brooks' assessment, saying, "Certainly we feel there's an issue around the current BBC strategy. We would also question whether it is a better use of BBC money." So yeah, going back to how I started this video, it's nice to see the other channels finally talking up about the BBC, finally saying something, finally mentioning the licence fees. And, it needs doing. It needs doing. They're finally talking about it, not just us. And they get called weird every day like I do. The licence fee is wrong. It doesn't just affect the British people, it also affects the other TV channels. It's not right, is it? It's not right. So it's nice to hear the other channels talking up about it. And I just think this whole conversation is just going to keep ramping up and up and up and up until we get to 2027 for the licence fee charter full review or the renewal of it, if it gets renewed. It's interesting. So what do you think about this? Now, I know these videos aren't up to my normal standard. I am currently suffering with deadly man flu, but I think I might pull through. So normal service will be resumed next week with less jump cuts and me not looking like I'm on death's door and sitting here sweating, covered in snotty tissues. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on it. And I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.